Hi there, I'm Mark Sebastian, your only option, and this is your look at the week ahead. Today, I'm going to tell you what to watch for in the indexes, what to watch for in the VIX and bonds, and the 5 stocks I am watching. Let's dig in. We'll start with our levels, and SPX looks like it's going to hit the 100-day moving average. That's about $30 away. The QQQs went through that level, went through the 100. They're now gunning for the 200. Vol is really exploding here. The Qs look terrible. They are the dog. The S&P is the tail. I think that the Qs, they've been down 1, 2, 3, only 3 days in a row, but it's been pretty violent. We had the one little breather day. What's driving it down? Chips. It's all chips. Look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is now hard to borrow. This will be my stocks to watch, but NVIDIA is hard to borrow. That's usually not a good thing. All right, so now the VIX. Overnight, VIX exploded over 21 with the on Friday with the Israel attack on Iran. Closed the day at 1870. VIX term structure is in partial backwardation. When you see partial backwardation, which means VIX cash is above the futures, but the futures subsequently get more expensive, that is a sign of wild movements ahead. We are going to get wild movements. 1%, 2% days like we saw in the triple Q. VIX is telling us basically expect more fireworks in the triple Q. That is what that means. And that leads us to rates and the bond market. And the bond market is the other dog. We got two dogs and one tail. The tail is the S&P. Bonds and the Qs are the dog, and bonds look like they're ready to crack. If they crack, the only thing holding up is how ugly the market is. If bonds really do crack lower, that's how we hit those 200-day moving averages in the SPX and the Qs. SPX, that 200-day moving average, it happens if the bond market falls apart. That would put us down at 4,600. We get there, I'm probably going to start looking to go heavy long because that'll be a really nice pullback. All right, so what are the 5 stocks I'm watching? Well, we've got 3 big earnings next week. We're going to start with Tesla. Tesla's down to 147. It's at lows for the year. It's approaching. It's at 1-year lows, and it's approaching 2-year lows. This gets down toward 120. I'm going to be dabbling. Next, Meta reports on the 24th. It's been so strong. And then just these last couple days, it's blown through the 50. The 100 is all the way down at 49.30. That is where it goes if earnings are bad. Microsoft, the largest company in the world, they report as well. They're down to the 100-day moving average. They're at almost lows for the year. Lows for the year, probably a level worth dabbling in. That also would align with the 200-day moving average. But they've got earnings coming up now. Next up, I already mentioned them. NVIDIA, is it going to hit that 100-day moving average at 687? Is it going to go to the 200 at 568? I don't know about that, but at a minimum, watch to close the earnings gap, which aligns almost perfectly with the 100, right around 680. All right. And then my final earnings to watch is Intel. Chips have been leading us lower. Intel's been ugly. AMD doesn't look a lot better than Intel. They've been leading us lower. Let's see if Intel can ride in to save the day with something decent to say about what's going on with their foundry, what's going on with chip sales, what's going on with their partnerships. Intel comes through, we're in much better shape. Intel fails, different story. Lastly, where's their strength? Equal weighted index had a really nice sell from 170 down to 160. We're seeing strength in consumer non-discretionary energy, utilities, financials, all the areas that the S&P and the Qs are weak in. That's where the strength is. If you're looking for a spot for safety, RSP is where I would be at. Speaking of where you're going to be at, you heard me talk VIX. All the way up 1870. I'm still waiting to do my UVXY trade. My UVXY trade, when I do it, I'm going to make 100% at this point, probably in about a month. And when I put it on, it's going to be simple and easy. I'm going to put $1,000 in. I'm going to sit on it. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to pull $2,000 out. You want to in on the trade? Give my team a call, 888-872-3301, or email us, support@optionpit.com, or click the link. Speaking of clicking, if you are watching me on YouTube, click the like button, click subscribe. You have a question, you want me to answer something, leave a comment. I will gladly do so. All right, folks, I am Mark Sebastian, your only option. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend.